This episode is brought to you by Major Spoilers VIP members. Thank you for your support of Major Spoilers and the Major Spoilers Podcast Network. If you would like to become a bronze, silver, or gold VIP member, go to members.majorspoilers.com for more information.
Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for downloading and sharing this podcast with a friend. Oh man, I hope you guys were shocked and as excited as we were last time.
Shock-sighted, if you will.
On Critical Hit.
On Critical Hit! On Critical Hit!
On Critical Hit!
There we go.
Terrible.
I know, right?
Oh, on Critical Hit.
Oh, Rob's still here.
That's the cue.
Well, because I said last time on, and then you are all supposed to jump in with Critical Hit.
So, on Critical Hit!
Rodrigo, last time on Critical Hit.
What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
You wanted to kill us.
I mean, inside the game.
Orem is 2D, and we met a village of cat peoples.
They're not cat people.
Well, all right. They're peoples that have some stripy people markings, and we freaked them all out because we have a bird with us.
Yes.
This, by the way,
they did not.
Let this be an example to aspiring dungeon masters. Sometimes when you compare something to something else, you will lodge something in your player's brains by accident. It's like, I don't think I ever managed to convince you that these people weren't cat people. I described that they were humanoid and they had stripes, but they're not cats. They just had tiger-like stripes.
Okay.
I think we all just went to the Thundercats there.
Yeah.
Yes, Thundercat.
All right. So you were saying something about birds?
Yes, they were very frightened of Little Sparkle.
Yes.
And everybody ran away. But one guy, we kind of convinced him to stick around and tell us some story stuffs before he decided to run away.
Shared with his...
I thought he wasn't running away. I thought he was going to guide us.
He was guiding us.
Oh, was he going to guide us? Because I thought he was ready to bolt.
Yeah,
he was ready to bolt.
Oh, okay.
We convinced him otherwise.
All right. So there you go.
By being sweet and good and kind, as we never do.
Also giving the hat of disguise to...
Yes.
Twilight.
Little Sparkle.
Little Sparkle. Yes. Sorry.
Yes. So I look like a
Don't. Oh, don't do that.
a Kenku.
All right.
A horrifying Kenku.
Yes. So yes, when we last left the party... I do appreciate the enthusiasm, I guess.
I'm here to help.
Mangro, right?
Yes. Mangro was leading the group towards the nearest city. But it was going to take a while, so after traveling for a bit, you guys settled down to rest for the night. You guys take shifts. The night goes by uneventfully. Those of you that need to declare stuff in the morning, just go for it.
Do I still have a thing? What happens?
I declare it's a beautiful morning.
Once a floating +2. Let's see.
I'm going for my...
I'll take
Bob? Okay. I will enchant... What do you want me to enchant upon you?
The staff.
The staff.
It is my only weapon now.
I will attune your staff to some resonic frequencies and...
While Randus is having his staff...
Rebalance the elasma.
Yes.
You guys all get some rest. And working through the night, Randus manages to learn some stuff about the device.
All right.
The device, although you don't actually quite understand how it works, because you're more of a fourth dimension type of guy.
I see.
Fifth. Yeah, then fifth dimension type of guy.
This fifth dimension.
But you do kind of understand more or less how it's powered, and it uses a fair amount of ambient energy, and basically it has a kind of filter to it that needs to recharge. Otherwise, it would kind of blow up trying to absorb that much energy.
I see.
So what it ends up meaning is that either you have to wait for it to recharge, or you have to get it someplace that has enough ambient energy that it can synthesize so that you can make another jump.
I wouldn't be able to, like, artificially construct such a field to charge it?
It takes up a lot of energy.
Okay.
Like you would basically
energy to put.
Yeah, you would need the raw materials to do that, which in and of itself would be almost as difficult as finding some place that already has that sort of energy.
That has it ambiently. Okay.
Right. Like if you had a workshop and lots of tools, you could figure out a way to do it, but right now you don't.
Been able to figure out at all whether or not the moment of incapacitation for us all is going to be?
You haven't. You don't quite know yet.
And Ormsdale, no clue really about that.
It does not seem related to the jumping anyway.
It just seems to this world,
I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what Eldrin looked like here. Don't worry about it.
So, by your estimation, you can allow the device to recharge by itself, and it's a pretty wide margin. Either it'll take a couple of weeks to a month for it to recharge fully, or you can try to find some place that has a lot of ambient energies, tune it to that, and use that to make another jump.
All right. I guess when everyone starts getting up and around, I might ask our new companion there if is there any sort of locations, do you know of, where it seems to be a source of great power?
Well, yeah.
Yeah? Like, I'm not talking political power, but like energies, mystical, magical energies.
There's political power?
Yeah, leaders have
like?
some clout.
Oh.
That's how the person in charge can tell you what to do.
Right.
That's political power.
Oh. That's less interesting.
I know, right?
So, like these convergences, you'd think that...
Yeah, probably. All kinds of crazy stuff happens. It's like bird monsters appear out of nowhere, and water allows you to see into the future or something.
And is like this one that's happening, is that like the only one?
Malumbra is the only one that's manifesting right now.
That's going to be the... do you know if any other ones are scheduled at all?
I don't know.
There's not a recurring pattern.
Well, maybe there is, but I don't know it.
Okay, guys. Unless you want an extended stay here, chances are we might need to journey to the manifestation of Malumbra.
Yep. Is there a particular place where Malumbra intersects with this part of the world?
Yeah.
Where would that be?
He just kind of points. Basically, from his village, you guys have been traveling, I want to say, we said north, and it's like straight west.
So perpendicularly?
Yep.
So we've been traveling the wrong direction?
Not quite, but not too far away.
We were going to go to a bigger city anyway, so maybe they have more answers, more resources, and iron so I can get these folds out of my body.
Maybe some kind of mounts we can use to get to Malumbra faster.
Would be good.
Do you have magic in this world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have horses?
Yes.
Are birds all terrifying monsters?
No, just bird people.
Okay.
Okay.
I still get a headache when I try to summon the eagle.
You don't get a headache. You just get a feeling like that thing you're reaching to grab is not actually the thing you expect it to be.
Might be bird monsters this time around.
That could come in useful.
Last ditch contingency.
I mean, it might.
So these bird people, have you actually seen them eat people?
No.
Have you
Has
ever
anyone-
actually seen one of them
Yes. There was one in the village earlier.
before that?
No.
How long would it have been before since the last manifestation of Malumbra in particular?
I guess I heard maybe a couple of years. This is the closest it's ever manifested to the village.
I see.
What about the other two?
3.
Other three dragons?
There's 4 dragons?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. None of them have manifested close to here in a long time.
Do bad things happen when the others manifest?
I mean, they're like other worlds full of crazy, dangerous things. They're not like bad. The dragons aren't bad, but scary things live in the manifestations of the dragons. There's like, I want to say there's one that like turns all the buildings it manifests at, like wherever it manifests, it turns all the buildings into gold. That's really weird.
Do they stay gold after it stops manifesting?
No.
So if you take a chunk of the building out of there, it's no longer gold?
Right.
So you'll have to sell them while they're there,
Yes.
and then exit quickly.
Yeah, there's some dupe that doesn't know what's going on.
I like you. Warden Duthane, do you believe we should travel towards Malumbra?
I think we should check out this city first, gear up, see perhaps about transport, and then we should probably make our way to Malumbra if we want to continue from there.
Seems reasonable.
Yep. Well, we'll be there in just a couple days.
All right.
Any dangers we should know about on the way?
Only if the blood bills have come out. I mean, we're really not getting any farther away from Malumbra. It takes up an entire canyon.
Is it always in a canyon, or is it just manifesting in a canyon this time?
That's where it is now.
Thanks for asking all our questions. Or answering all our questions.
Yeah, no problem. You guys seem nice.
Oh, thank you.
You scared away that horrifying monstrosity.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy to be of service.
I'd be interested to hear stories about this region.
This region?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty boring. I'm guessing did you guys all decide to head for the city?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you guys start walking. Like, well, this region's pretty boring. That's why we live here. And there's just, woods, chop down wood, you hunt things down. People come and they buy it.
Yeah, but no stories about the growth of cities that are coming up in a couple of days, or any history that you can share?
History. Well, my family's been in this area for a long time.
Really? How many generations?
Maybe 5.
Wow. And how long do you typically live?
People in my family?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. My grandma died when she was somewhere between 70 and 80.
Ah, okay.
What are your people called?
He just kind of looks back and forth. Yeah. People?
Fair enough. What is the city called?
Dewen.
Dewen. And is there a ruler in the city?
Yeah. There's a council.
Are they chosen from among the surrounding villages? He
kind of looks at everybody. I I don't know. I don't know how they're chosen. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
Do you always do commerce with Dwyn, or are there people from other places that come in?
It's the closest city,
Mm.
but I don't handle that. It's mostly the chieftain that handles that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And you have any children?
No, it's just me.
Mm.
And do all the people around here have stripes?
Yeah.
Has it been a couple of days yet?
It's been an hour and a half.
Are we there yet?
So tell me, my friend, some seasons ago, did you experience the red skies and the strange items falling from above?
No.
There wasn't any peculiarities, say, with a moon?
The what?
Never mind. Story for another time.
Oh yeah, is there not a moon here? Or stars for that matter?
There are very, very dull stars, but there's no moon.
It's pretty much dominated by those
arcs. Yep.
yeah.
Sure.
So we are clearly further from Diamond Throne than we might have thought.
No. I think we're about as far as we thought. The next dimension over. Or
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Are there like the typical kind of, I guess, woodland creatures you'd expect? Like squirrels and bunnies and birds for that matter?
Yes and no. There's some critters that more or less match those ecological niches. Some of them are the same, some of them are different. But that's not to say that this weird, squirrel-like lizard, that doesn't mean that there aren't squirrels somewhere in this world. It just means that here there's some kind of squirrel-like lizard.
No monkey lizards, though.
No.
Yet.
Neat.
Awful.
Yes, both of those.
Lizard with a fuzzy tail. Or a fuzzy
Wizard,
squirrel with a
if you
lizard
will.
tail and a lizard tongue. Listeners,
that'd
get
be
on that art.
terrifying.
Hey, you should see some of the art that they send. It's great stuff.
And remember, international critters.
And terrifying.
Squirrel rhymes with girl in America.
Yeah. So you guys travel for a while.
So, heavily wooded areas, or is this more like a rolling hills area with lots of trees?
It's more of a hilly area that's not very wooded. It is kind of a rocky area, but there seems to be enough vegetation that there are patches of trees.
Okay. Mountains?
Not really mountains. Think you're kind of Flint Hills type situation.
Okay. And this path we're traveling on, does it look really heavily traveled?
It looks like a path,
but it's not paved or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No, but it looks well worn.
Okay.
Do we come across any of the villagers that fled during our travels?
Not so far. He did say that they would probably flee like into the woods and the hills.
Oh,
And
sure.
These are the hills, but these are kind of like the more open areas.
These are
Okay.
different hills.
Sure.
These are not the fleeing hills.
Right.
These are the walking
So do you
hills.
know approximately how far it would be to Malumbra? Or
Well, I don't know exactly how it's manifesting, but you could probably be there in 6 hours if you really wanted to.
Oh.
Okay.
You'd be at the edge of the canyon.
Interesting. So when everything manifests, do your cities have armies to defend?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
What do you mean, I guess?
Well, we do, but it doesn't matter.
Huh.
If something manifests and all of your shields decide that they don't want to fight, then what are you going to do?
Wait, your shields can decide they don't want to fight.
Shields are the name of the local troops, aren't they?
No, I mean actual shields.
Oh?
So the
How-
manifestations
do they
causes all
run
sorts of
away?
weird things.
Yeah, I think so. I think the round ones can get away a lot easier.
Makes sense.
That's amazing. have you actually watched them like move away? Do they otherwise become animate or sentient, or do they just go elsewhere?
I think they don't want to fight. So whatever it means when somebody decides that they don't want to fight.
This place has fewer rules than your home, Orem.
Oh, yeah. I figured that out a long time ago. See?
Well,
Flaps around his paper arm.
the other thing is, it also depends on what happens. You know, it doesn't have to be an army. It's like if all of the incomplete dead eat all your food, I mean, there's nothing you can do.
Incomplete dead?
Yeah.
That like undead?
People who died and came back?
Well, they don't come back. Like, okay, so, God, you guys don't know anything.
No, sorry.
No.
Okay, so Malumbra, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Mahekala's manifestation.
Okay.
Kokrusa's manifestation, Umbraki, that's where dead people go. Well, dead people whose bodies are not intact.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, if
incomplete
Umbraki,
is in. Got it.
if Umbraki manifests, and all of any dead relatives that you have who were burned to death, or died because they got their head cut off in a war or something, if they show up and they want to eat all your food, what are you going to do? Kill them? Sometimes fighting doesn't work.
Aren't they already dead?
Exactly. How are you going to kill them?
Yeah. Do they show up like corporeally, or did their spirits show up?
I've never seen it, but whatever the one where they like maybe have a key to your house still, whatever that means.
Yeah, but you've
So
never...
cool.
Has anyone in your village ever seen this?
No.
Ah. So, how do you know that it happens?
Because there are stories.
Ah, okay.
All right. Have you ever seen an actual manifestation, like one of those effects?
Let me think. I think. I did see some, like some saffron guys walking around once. The last time that Umbrayi manifested, but that's when I was a kid.
Like saffron colored or made out of spice?
I don't know. They're dusty and yellow.
Perhaps both then.
Bet they're delicious.
Oh, I wouldn't mess with them. They seem really
Why would
big,
they-
but
they
then
make
again,
you
I
into a
was
stew?
probably 4. So maybe they're not as big as I remember.
And what happens? They just go away, or do you fight them until they're...
Well, you can fight them, I guess, but eventually the manifestation stops and they disappear. You guys don't have anything like that in your world?
well, we have undead that will occasionally cause problems.
What's undead?
Someone who's dead and then comes back and tries to kill you.
Oh, in their own plane?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, not as strange as you might think.
Yeah, no, we don't have
Absolutely
anything like that. You don't have any dangerous creatures that live off on their own little tiny world that shows up every once in a while?
There's definitely things along those lines.
Well, are they scary and dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we're not so different.
I suppose that's true.
Ours was
My
a little
guess-
less natural.
Little less natural.
Someone caused it.
Oh. Oh. That's too bad. I mean, people try to take advantage of planes manifesting all the time. It's dangerous, but I guess maybe some like really brave people can do it.
Let's hope we're brave enough.
It's like, which one is it? Yeah, when Umbrayi manifests, I think anyone below the age of 8 has the chance to maybe see the future.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it'd be really annoying to parents, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are interested in that, but then you also have to consider that you're dealing with children. So there's like, if the only ones who can see the future are ones that are prone to flights of fancy and lying and exaggerating and not understanding what they're seeing, does it matter anyway?
I foresee your doom if I do not get ice cream for dinner tonight.
Yeah, something like that. Or they just, they're like, oh, I had a dream that everybody was asleep, because they don't know what a plague is.
No.
I'm curious. You say all of these manifest on their own. Has anyone ever forced a manifestation?
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. There are people in the world that want to just see things destroyed or to cause mayhem.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
I wasn't going to go that way, Rob, but yes.
References are my thing, Robert. You don't see me. Actually, never mind.
Yeah, it's like, you don't see Matthew learning stats about the game. Was that a low blow?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That was low. That was low.
That was good.
Matthew's going through a tunnel now.
So, how long have we been traveling it?
17 minutes.
Yeah, not that long. I don't want to cut your line of questioning short.
Right.
But largely real time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I'm really curious about if there are those kind of people that want to cause chaos that have tried to open it, or people who are seeking power, maybe trying to open this. I could see someone throwing a glance at Ket, gathering up young children and trying to open up Umbrahi and figuring out what the future is going to hold.
I'm not
really you, Ket, but
I mean, I don't know a lot of things, but I mean, warlords are everywhere, right? If one can figure out that it can park itself in a corner of one of these planes and get some sort of benefit out of it.
But you've never heard of that happening.
I've never heard of somebody willingly culling down any of these.
Okay.
So people can go to these planes. Can they actually go to the dragons themselves?
I don't think so. But the planes are tied to the dragon somehow. And I mean, I'm not a mystic. I don't really understand how this works, but when they manifest, they're not a different place. The properties of these places appear on top of what's there. So when they go away, if you're in there, it's not like you go away with them or anything goes away with them. It's just, it goes away.
Everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
So the manifestation is both things at once.
And the manifestations are totally physical, correct? I mean, it's not like some of the stuff is ghost-like or anything like that. It's just they're there.
There might be some ghost-like stuff, but yeah, it's like, blood bills. They're made of death.
I see.
Rodrigo, how many planes did Lek say that he discovered with his device?
I think he said 3, didn't he?
He said 3. Yes.
And so we've got 4 dragons here?
Yep.
I don't know that the dragons would be separate planes.
That is
No,
probably
I think
not what he
they're
meant.
part
The
of-
dragons are probably in the same way that the Feywild and the...
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
so this
so
is
not
like
actual-
their equivalent
yeah.
of the Feywild, or
Sure,
got it.
sure.
Makes
It was a good line of thought, though. I had that same sort of question.
So, do I think I'd be able to go back with this device?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yay.
Have
Hit the
you?
redial button.
We might wind up in some kind of slider-style adventure where we have to go through a whole bunch
Are we
before
not?
can actually go back.
Hey,
Yeah.
what did I say about references? There are five
I don't-
of us. We each
I
have
don't
our
think
corner.
Matthew has ever noticed just how many references the rest of us make.
In my
but I
defense,
will say
sometimes
that I appreciate the understanding that it's going to bring to Matthew trying to keep people from making references.
Oh.
Well, you know, sometimes it takes a thief to catch a thief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is in itself a reference! Thank you! I'll be here all week.
All right. Let's focus.
So, Brandis, you were looking at that all night, right?
Yeah.
So you know how the power energy works. Do you know how the teleportation or the movement portion works? Does it move us in a dimension and also
respective-
space? Or, I mean, are we, if we were to go back, would we be, however many miles we are from where we left, would we be back in Coldport in a different spot? Or have you not figured that out yet?
No, I haven't been able to figure that out.
How would he even figure that out? I mean,
I don't know. Look at him.
I understand, but how?
He's a science
Speaking out
guy.
of character. Speaking out of character.
Well, but I
What?
gave him a bunch of information that he had figured out. The reason why he hasn't is because I say he hasn't.
Yeah.
Dude.
I say he'd be able to figure it out because he's Randus.
Yeah, eventually
Yes.
he'll probably be able to figure it out. But
Yes.
this is
Trial and error.
this is kind of like asking a cellular biologist to like disassemble a rocket. Like,
Split an atom.
you know, it's a smart person will figure it out, but
Yes.
it's going to take him a while. This is different than
The
what he's used
scientific
to.
method still applies.
Right, exactly.
Keep in mind, it was an entomologist who invented AI. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
absolutely.
All right, Kat, you're going to
And-
stay
and you
here
have
as the
stuff like this.
control group.
Learn that thing well, Randus, because it's going to be your new left leg. Slowly, we will turn you into a Cyberman.
Let's see. Yeah, I
Are we
mean,
there yet?
yeah, still got a long ways to go to the city, huh?
Okay. I'm serious.
Do we, I don't know, you guys still thinking we should go to the city? Apparently, Malumbra's a lot closer than I kind of figured.
How long has Malumbra been manifesting this
And
time?
if we want to jump soon,
Maybe a couple months.
we need
couple months.
a good amount of ambient energy.
Could
Are
we just wait for a
expecting
lightning
Malumbra-
storm?
Would that,
How long does
is that the right kind of
typically
energy? Is not,
manifest
no,
for?
not at all. Okay.
Well, so, and I kind of just lean into Randus and kind of say, okay, look, this guy's great and all, but he doesn't have a whole lot of knowledge about
The
these
world
kinds of
level.
things.
Yeah.
And maybe by going to the city, we might discover some other well-educated people who may be more familiar with some of these things so that we just don't go to Malumbra and are suddenly surprised because it's
Actually
totally not what
overrunning
we-
with blood bills?
Well, it could be that or something else. So I am always for quest for knowledge.
Mm.
And if we can find some more information before we go, I'm all for that.
Perhaps.
Probably the best plan, but how long did you say Malumbra usually manifests? Or how long was it your last time?
How long was it? I don't know last time, but we never know how long they're going to manifest.
Huh.
Could be days, could be months.
Could be. So the question then becomes, is it worth taking a journey, retracing our steps? Or would it be worth investigating Malumbra and going to the city if we still need to?
We
It
wouldn't
would
have
be
to retrace
unfortunate if we
ourselves. We
got all
just
the
need to
way
go
the
that
city
way
and then
instead of
Malumbra
that
stopped
way.
manifesting.
1 second. Brian, before Little Sparkle gets her question in, he's, just so you know, we've been traveling more or less parallel to the canyon, but we are going to have to kind of veer a little bit here within the next day. I mean, it's not too much farther, but we are going to start moving away from it. Just because that's the way the path goes, and I don't want to deviate from the path.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
No, hang on. What was Little Sparkle asking?
Oh, I was just saying it would be unfortunate if we got to the city and then Malumbra stopped manifesting and we had to wait till the next manifestation in order to possibly use the device, and who knows where the next manifestation will even be.
Oh, that is a concern.
Yeah. Although you said it would be at most a month before that thing was ready to use again if we don't?
Something around there.
I mean, I for one don't really, provided time runs here at the same pace it does back home, really don't want to give the Salamander Coil a whole month with Professor Leck while we're stuck here.
That is also potentially a concern. So many unknowns.
Well, on the one hand, he's likely dead already.
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
He wanted his research
information. Yeah.
Especially given that we got away with the device and that he seemed to destroy his work. The Salamander Coil would take pains to keep him alive so that they could get the information out of him.
That's not to say he's going to have all of his limbs, but he will most certainly still be alive.
Or, I mean, possibly dead, and they could try to get the answers out of his corpse. But, I think those tend to be a little more corrupted. I'm not really up on that.
You guys come from a strange place.
It's much different than here, that's for sure. I mean, here is very nice, but it's very different.
Yeah, I like it when birds aren't coming to kill me.
Yeah,
I imagine.
What's the best part about this place?
Best part about this place... I like the probably the forest pigs. If you can find like a big fat one, it's great.
What do you do for fun around here?
I like whittling. I made a little flute.
Oh.
He takes it out. It's like a little flute. Like, place it. And, I mean, it sounds okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not... He's not playing it very... He's just kind of making noise with it, but he's made it to the point where the noise is more or less pleasant. It's not, like, shrill or anything.
Well, luckily, none of us are bards, so we won't judge. I, for one, vote that we turn and go to Malumbra.
I'm thinking I'm with her on this.
I stand with Warden Duthane.
I'm all for finding out more information first.
I would normally support being forewarned and forearmed in that regard, but given that we don't know when Malumbra will stop manifesting, I worry we're on a time limit.
True. I guess, Randus hasn't figured out if this thing just takes us forward or if we can go backwards or where we're going to end up. I would hate to power this thing up and then put us in a very different position than we're at now.
Well, Randus, can it store the power to be used at a later date when you figure out how to, say, set coordinates? Or is it as soon as you get to the power it needs to go?
I'm guessing it can store, right?
You don't know.
Don't know. Okay. I really don't know. Still a lot about the operation of this that I'm still having to learn on the fly. I just don't know.
Well, no worries. I mean, I'm glad that someone here has any idea what that thing does.
Some, I guess, maybe.
Some is decidedly better than none.
He'll figure it out.
Ket, your thoughts?
I'm worried about the
Salamander coil.
Salamander coil? All right. I'm worried about them falling back to my family.
Mm-hmm.
They followed us to Lek. They might have come from the tavern. And I don't want to... I mean, Charlie can take care of herself, but Emil's not the greatest in a fight. And I don't want them in danger.
We know that this device is generally beyond the average. I mean, even beyond Warden Duthane. What expectation do we have that anyone in the city would be of any assistance at all?
Oh, well, first of all, we might be able to find out more information about these manifestations. There might be people with more knowledge about it. There might be some people in this city that understand power and may have alternative solutions to this. There may be people who would have a better idea of maybe other manifestations that apparently don't have attacking killer birds coming out of them.
I'm still skeptical about the existence of these attacking.
Well, quite honestly, I am too, but...
Well, generally speaking, cosmological legendary doesn't have to be factual. But more importantly, again, we're asking the question of if time is of the essence, why duplicate our travel? Why go past one destination to the next, then return at a later time?
Agreed. Look, the worst thing that happens is we go, it's horrible, we can't get energy, and we have to run our way back to the city.
And if we arrive at the manifestation of Malumbra and find that the device is immediately going to thrust us into whatever godforsaken hellhole comes next, no offense.
No offense, yeah.
What?
The question then becomes, does it make a difference now or later?
Well, you guys have apparently made up your minds. I mean, I can't stop a group decision like this.
Especially right now.
I'm just voicing my reasons why going to the city would be Dwayne would be a good idea. I don't know about you guys, but how much food we got collectively among us?
Oh, you guys are set for travel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. This isn't our first rodeo.
No, certainly not.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, Warren. I definitely make some good points, but I think we should go towards Malumbra.
More importantly, both sides have equally valid points. Only one has an unknown time frame and possible deadline.
True. I suppose. Shall we then bid our companion adieu? And
unless you would like to come with us.
Nope.
So listen.
More than understandable. Thank you.
Listen.
Yes, thank you very much for all your help.
This is going to be very important.
Okay.
You need to go to the city.
Uh-huh.
And you need to tell whoever's in charge, the council or whoever, that there may be others like us who may appear at any time in the very near future.
Okay.
They're not going to be as friendly.
Are not going to be as nice as we are, and they are here to exploit and take control of everything here.
Oh.
And you need to be prepared for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By any means. They're yeah.
Little Sparkle will take out like a piece of parchment and, as best she can, draw the salamander coil symbol and hand it to him. They might be wearing this marking. If they are definitely not your friend.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen this symbol before, have you?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we make our way?
Sure.
Yes.
So we just head in this direction?
Yep. Can't miss it.
Okay.
Can we see it on the horizon already, or?
I mean, it just looks like more hilly landscape that way.
All right.
Well, nice to meet you,
Onward
strange
to the
travelers.
scary plane.
Yeah, it was, you were very informative. I thank you for the time and companionship and hospitality, and hope you have safe travels to wherever you head.
Oh, thanks. He just keeps walking in the direction he's been heading.
Okay. So I guess we need to keep an eye out for bird folk.
Yeah.
Like I said, still very skeptical.
Yes.
She takes off her hat, and scratches her head. It's like, sorry, I've had that itch for days.
Yeah.
Should perhaps one of us disguise ourselves as bird folk?
Well, she's already
already there.
I've got
There
a
can be
great
two of
disguise
us.
personally.
Oh, well, wouldn't
Another
hurt.
one of us could hide pretty well. The other two
gesture
will
for the
have
hat.
to.
To what end?
I guess to maybe blend in if there actually are angry Kenku.
Or bird-like beings of other sorts.
Should bird-like beings attack us, I will be disguising myself as a man with a sword in either hand, one of which will likely be on fire.
It's a good disguise. I approve.
Yes.
So,
But
just
seriously,
can't take
like
the hat then.
Yeah.
most Kenku I know don't even eat much meat.
Well, this probably aren't
Clear.
actually Kenku.
Yeah, I would guess probably not Kenku-like in reality.
I suppose if he's just heard stories about scary bird people, then seeing a bird people of any sort, I'm sure, if it was some, I don't know, subspecies that was violent and native to this plane, he wouldn't know the difference.
Especially since they're called blood bills. You don't really have much of a bill.
Bill and beak are used as synonyms.
More of a flat thing usually for a bill.
More to the point, given the effects that this world has had on our Eldrin associate.
Well,
if they are.
Again, we don't know if we have to go forward and not backward, what effects that might have.
Maybe you'll become, I don't know,
one-dimensional.
5-dimensional at some point?
Don't sell yourself.
That'd be great. Then he can just walk you guys home.
And lo, did our heroes walk across the hills.
All right. You head for the thing.
Yeah.
All right. You guys spend some time traveling. It's a little faster now that Mango isn't with you. Just because, you guys are pretty tuned for traveling. You're used to it. And before very long, you see a canyon in the distance. It is very large. It's a big, open, rocky hole in the ground, and it kind of expands out, then comes back in, expands out, comes back in. And as you approach it, you see that anywhere kind of in a jagged, uneven spacing, anywhere from a few feet to a few yards from the edge of the canyon, there is this continuous kind of jittery, glowing purple, like purpley pink line along the edge of it. Essentially, if you think of the outline of the canyon, there's a second outline, and it doesn't match up to that same outline, right? It's just kind of a second outline on the outside of the canyon.
Are you getting any readings from that, Randus?
Any change?
Oh, you get tons of readings from it. It's like a super weird thing.
I just can't make heads or tails.
No, yeah.
But-
What do you want to know about it?
Does this seem like any kind of energies from back home, like necrotic or?
Actually, there is a kind of strong primal component to this magic.
Oh.
Primal, you say?
I see.
You don't know if it's just weirdly mixed in with other stuff, or if it's just this is kind of how primal magic manifests here. It's hard to tell.
Are those of us with a primal connection able to sense the primalness of the magic here?
Yep. In fact, That's exactly what the problem is.
Oh, too much?
Well, just the particular timbre of it, if you will.
Does this canyon, does it look natural?
Yeah.
Or does it look like it's been unintentionally ripped open or anything like that?
It looks like there was some sort of river here a long time ago, and now there's a hole.
All right.
One of the two ways that canyons are made.
Right.
River or Titan fight.
Giant serpent.
Yep.
Godzilla.
Yep. I mean, fantasy world, what are you going to do? A god decides he's going to put a canyon there. You get a little bit of everything.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting pretty close there. Shall we continue in? Does it seem like I'm getting any additional...
It does, and it seems to be getting stronger. Presumably, if this continues... because you would expect the readings to kind of flatten out as you come closer, but there is kind of an energy center to it somewhere, and you are getting closer to it because the readings continue to kind of steadily go up as you approach.
Does there seem to be any immediate danger to us?
Not outside, not right where you're standing now.
Do you want me to scout ahead for a bit?
If you feel confident, willing to do so.
Yeah, any wildlife around in this area? Seem pretty dead quiet?
Yep, very quiet.
I'll go stealth ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Paint your peak red.
Nice roll, man.
Could have been worse.
It could be worse.
Almost.
I'm going to use my Jack of all trades reroll on the 2 there.
Okay.
And roll it.
Good call.
And that'll be a 12, making it a 35 stealth check.
Okay.
Much better.
All right.
Yes.
So you sneak ahead, and you get to the edge of that glowing purple line. Pinky purple line.
Okay. Can I see, is there any kind of visual distortion, or does it seem...
Nope. It just seems like a line on the ground.
I'll, pick up a rock and throw it over the line.
Okay. When you throw the rock over the line does kind of appear over the rock as it crosses, like there's something invisible there that the rock passes through. Think of it, I guess, as if the line is actually shooting lasers into the upward, right? So you see the light manifest around the rock as the rock comes through, and then once it lands on the other side, it seems fine and does not seem to have changed the rock at all.
No alarms started sounding.
No alarms.
Ring, ring. Hello.
The rock didn't get disintegrated.
As a bunch of penguins dressed like bobbies show up, start beating you with.
And they have rockets on their back.
Again, you can see the line as you're going through, but you can't even feel anything. It doesn't feel like anything. It just seems to be visual. Yep, you're on the other side.
Any other obvious distortions or anything on the other side?
Well, once you walk up to the edge of the canyon, which isn't very far from the line, you do see some kind of weird stuff down there. The trees along that are kind of growing out of the sides of the canyon, and some of them on the ground, just seem to have a really weird kind of simultaneously gnarly but very geometrical look to them. Could be the natural way the trees grow in this canyon, could be something to do with this. You also see a few you see one little stream that kind of comes out of the edge of the canyon and cuts across somewhere else. And you see a few kind of pools of water, and they're glowing. They're still blue, but they're kind of emanating this light and have kind of this mist above them.
But no obvious animals or humanoids?
No.
Good. I will step back through and
Okay.
rejoin the party.
All right. little sparkle comes back.
Well, there seems to be definitely some planar weirdness up ahead, but I didn't see anything threatening.
Oh, that's good. Good sign. Shall we?
Agreed.
Yeah. Advance, see.
Well, I mean, is the device powering up now, or is there something you have to connect it to? Or, I mean, how close do we have to get to this for it to power up? I mean, it seems like from what a couple of you have said, there's a lot of energy here.
Mm-hmm. Do I have an estimate of how long it'd take at our current?
You'd have to sit down and figure it out, but basically the difference between here outside of the outside readings you're getting and back where you were is not big enough. Like, we're still talking, maybe a week.
Well,
So there's a clear demarcation, I think, between Malagra's influence and this periphery area we're in now. I think it's definitely worth bringing the device in to the actual barrier to see what that does.
okay, yeah, that sounds reasonable. I say let's try it.
Okay.
You all walk up.
Yep.
What do you do?
I will take the device in hand and step across
Okay.
that line.
You step across the line,
Uh-huh.
and the device reacts
Oh,
by just kind of humming a little bit.
well, it's
That
certainly,
seems promising.
yeah. So, shall we continue, try to find the focal point here, and,
Is there an obvious way down besides just falling?
You can find it, like how canyons are.
Yeah.
They kind of have drops that aren't too bad, so you can like climb down, then walk for a little bit,
Right.
then come back around the other way, kind of thing.
Sure.
so, yeah, let's make our way down.
Oh.
You guys head
So
down.
does it-
Yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Does any of
Matthew.
this energy feel oddly?
You can barely feel it. You can barely feel the change, even with your senses. The device is just kind of operating on its own weird wavelength and like a very particular kind of thing. None of this really seems familiar to you. In fact, because it is kind of primal energy, but it seems unfamiliar, it might be even more jarring for you because this is like, I don't know. It's like...
It should be familiar, but it's
right,
not.
exactly.
I'm a Spanish speaker listening to someone speaking Portuguese.
Kind of. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, you can understand the edges of the sentence, but you don't know what happened in the middle, basically.
Fair enough.
By going through it, is there anything else happening to Orm?
Nope.
Okay.
Except for catching on fire, you look perfectly normal.
Yeah, except for like that line going over you as you walk through. Nothing really seems to bother him.
Doesn't feel any thicker
Or thinner.
or thinner.
Neither one.
Can you get much thinner?
Probably
able-
not. He's pretty thin.
All right. Yeah, let's make our way down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys start to make your way down, and it becomes very clear very quickly that the walls of this canyon are pretty brittle, and it's hard to explain. There's no clear like moment when like the trees attack you or the rocks roll away from you or anything like that, but there's kind of this like sense that things are more difficult than they should be. It's like grabbing onto things, like rocks are simultaneously more slippery than they should be and also more jagged as you make your way down.
Mhm.
And we're going to go ahead and do a skill challenge to see if anybody falls
And
Yay.
and dies. Let's see. I am seeing a 35 for Steven.
Yep.
And 28 for Little Sparkle.
Yep.
21 for Sakar.
Yep.
23 for Randus.
Yes.
And an 18 for Cat.
I don't think Little Sparkles is calculating right.
Yeah, roll 2d20, keep one.
It's 2d20, keep 1 plus 16, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So neither 15
31.
nor 13 plus 16 is
Right.
28.
It didn't. Don't put a space next to the K. That's what happened
2d20.
But
Sorry
we'll
about
just
that.
take the 15. What's 15 plus 16?
21 or 31.
31.
Okay.
So, still works out to be the same, actually.
Same positioning, yeah. It would have been the same either way.
Okay.
Oh, we have the same initiative? Or the same...
Yep.
Yeah, the same initiative. Okay.
Same feat, same odd, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Randus and Cat have the same initiative. Terrible.
Okay with that.
I choose to have an initiative of my own.
1, 2,
Good for
3,
you.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Who wants their guy to be the guy?
Use my guy.
Okay. All right. So, you are working your way down and then through a seemingly hostile kind of canyon. The path is perilous. The rocks are sharp. The trees seem to slightly move away from you when you do anything.
Mhm.
And you are trying to make your way through. Top of the round is Orem.
So we've already established that Orem is lighter than normal and has the ability to kind of float when he jumps.
Sure.
So using acrobatics, I'm going to try to glide down to different landing places as easily as I can.
Okay. Are you going to cash in your flat bonus since you described it?
Flat.
I will cash in my flat bonus.
Okay. Let me look up your flat bonus real quick.
Boy, it was an additional plus 5.
I think so.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was +5.
43.
43 will do it. Ding. So, yes. Orem glides ahead a little bit and seems to be having an easier time of it.
Rude.
Next up is Little Sparkle.
So, Little Sparkle will just try to take point a bit and look out for particularly treacherous parts for both herself and the rest of the party, using perception to be like, hey, that rock is real sharp. Don't step there.
Okay.
That'll be a 24.
24 does not succeed.
Ow.
Trust me.
Do I have my always a natural back, or is that expended since I did right before the skill challenge began?
Is that an encounter? Or a
Yes.
daily, or what is it? I'd let you have it back.
It's an encounter power. Okay, cool. Then I'll go ahead and re-roll that and try to roll that better. Which will get me a 19 and bring that up to a 35.
That will be a success.
Yay!
Sweet.
Okay.
So yes, Little Sparkle climbs down a little bit ahead and just points out to you guys the places that are particularly treacherous. Next up is Randus.
Could I use dungeoneering for like spelunking type skills and experience to rappel down the side of the cliff a bit?
Rappel.
Rappel?
Yeah, you don't want to rappel the side of the cliff necessarily. Yeah, totally. I mean, if there's a skill that kind of gets the shaft in critical hit, is definitely dungeoneering. You guys, I do not send you guys underground nearly often enough, so I'll allow it.
Okay.
This may be our first dungeoneering check in the history of
There have been a few others, but very few others.
It's been one of Randus' better skills the entire time, so
25.
That is not going to cut it.
Did not think so.
You guys do have your action points back, so you could spend an action point here if you want it.
Why not?
Okay.
Worse.
That is lower.
Yes.
crap cakes.
why not?
Okay.
Because you're Brian.
Yes.
So, figuring out sort of like a good place to affix a spike and a rope. Randus is all set, and he begins to calmly scale down, at which point, basically as he slides down, pulls a rope, and totally trips Sekar, who is now potentially on his way down the canyon, not the way he wanted to. It's your go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Sorry.
why you gotta trip me, yo?
See,
Fine.
this is why I have you guys roll initiative for these.
Why you be tripping?
Oh, you should not feel good about that.
Nobody does. Let's
All right,
let's just get back to the
He
game.
used dungeoneering.
Mhm.
I haven't used anything, so the only thing I can't use is dungeoneering.
Correct.
Okay. So Sekar starts to trip, and using his amazing athletical typey thing, sort of just throws himself forward into a roll and pops right back up onto his feet in a place that will allow him to not be, bloodied or otherwise bashed open on a rock.
Okay. Athletics?
Okay. Athletics.
Okay, go for it.
See if I can do this. How do I roll dice? 20.
And hang on, before you roll, did we give you that
Yeah,
thing that lets you roll 2 dice for athletics?
We keep saying we're going to, but no.
Are you sure?
Look
I have
it over and over again.
Ability? Yes, I have the
Yeah,
ability.
Look at your feats.
I have the ability, yes.
Okay. So yes.
I do have that ability.
So
I don't have the code necessary to roll 2 dice at once.
it's /R D20 plus your modifier
Uh-huh.
K1 or 2D20 plus your modifier K1.
It's 2d20 K1 plus modifier.
You're right. That is true.
No spaces?
And
No
no
spaces.
space between the 20 and the K.
Just no spaces at all should work.
Skablam!
Yeah.
That work?
That work.
That works, but it's still
All right.
not enough.
Oh.
I rolled a 30 on my reroll.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Not enough. This might be a much shorter trip down to the bottom of this canyon.
You do have an action point that you can spend. Potentially other stuff. I don't know. I don't have your character sheet in front of me.
So 12's not making it.
So-
That's not the best.
That was my agile athlete reroll power. So
Well,
yeah.
it's not a re-roll. You just anytime you roll
Enter.
athletics, you roll 2 dice and pick one. So if you spend an action point here, you roll 2 more dice.
That's pretty sweet.
Can I
You should
do that?
totally Do that.
Yes.
Can I do that and use the athletics again?
Yeah. You have to use the athletics again, but yes, you can do that.
So let's do that. It doesn't quite work, but because I'm so super athletic-y, I'm going to gather my wits around me in a very serious sort of fashion. And this time, I'm going to roll exactly the same thing.
Wow.
Ouch.
Well, sometimes that
You're like
happens
the
too.
best, worst at athletics.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Don't curse me like that, young lady.
Hey, I was the one who got like 3 failed bluff checks in a row last time, so I think we're all over.
You don't understand how quickly these things stick to you. Brian rolled 1-1 once, and forever is known as the bad roller.
That is not true.
No.
That is not true.
As far as anyone knows, it's true.
So
He also rolls lots of 2, 3s, and 4s.
That's true.
So Sekar tumbles down the canyon and will put it to Ket whether he does anything about that or whether he takes it in a different direction. And if he decides not to do something about that, narratively, it'll be because he can't, because Sekar was too far away or whatever.
And not because
yes, and not
he's a jerk.
right, because the end result is going to be the same anyway.
I would like to use insight to tell Orem what to do about catching Sekar. Sekar? Yeah. Like, Orem...
I'd let you use diplomacy to mobilize your peeps.
Mhm.
I can do that too.
You can't use diplomacy. There are no horses.
Ket doesn't need to diplomatize the horses. Since I can, I'm also going to use... where is it?
I don't know.
Yep. Beguiling Tongue
Mm.
to get a +5 on this diplomacy check.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh.
Because I would like to not be the one to cause us to fail.
That's the thing that I should
That'll do ya.
Yay.
So that's a 39.
That's a 39.
Okay, so, yes, you guys are having a hard time of it, and Ket basically probably does that palm thing, like when you're like pointing at things with like all of your fingers together, and he's like, Orem, go over there and catch Sekar, and Randus, put your rope somewhere else. And so on and so forth. Very effectively.
I see.
He points dramatically
Yes.
with great effect.
All right.
That's what Ket does.
Top of the round. And it is to Orem.
Good luck,
Yeah,
Orem.
I'm trying to think if I had some kind of a magic-y spell to
Oh, you didn't tell me what
Fire.
mode you're on. Okay.
summer. Burn it all.
He is the god of hellfire.
You were just told to rescue Sekar.
With my superior athletic strength of 7.
I would
That's what I was thinking more
let
with
him
your-
do that as part of Ket's action. He doesn't necessarily have to go that way now. Like
Why don't
you
you-
can if you find something in your sheet that you want to use towards that, you can.
What skill would allow him to turn himself into a parachute?
That would
Poor guy.
That would be
Up behind
acrobatics.
me.
that would
I've
be
already
either
used.
acrobatics or athletics.
And we don't want athletics.
Yeah.
Sort of a.
If there was something I could do with Arcana or History.
Remember the last time you nearly died?
Yes.
Your history is higher than your Arcana.
Yeah,
Do you have any magiciness?
I do, but I don't know what spell I could use to, light the way or catch you. I mean, I've got the.
It doesn't have to be catching him. You can catch him as part of Ket's action.
Cats.
Okay,
So
You can say
Open-
that you
open
have
that up.
caught him.
yeah.
open up Arcana. You know what? I'm going to use. He's already falling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of a thunder wave to kind of push him closer to the edge of the canyon wall so that he doesn't roll off the edge and fall straight down.
Okay.
Say if you're going to push him, why not counteract his
Oh, epic fail.
Yep,
I
that
will
is a-
roll
Oh,
that.
darn it.
I will roll that again.
Action
good.
point.
Yes, with an action point.
Come on, better.
35.
35 will
That
do
is
it.
better.
All right. So yes, basically, it's really a group effort. Sakar falls forward, and I mean it's pretty clear as he's falling that like he reaches for a branch and the branch just kind of like moves out of the way and things like that, and rocks just kind of like pop up and try to catch him as he's trying to go down. So Ked is like, Orem, ugh! And Orem floats down and basically with a swift wave of his hand essentially bats Sakar into a wall. You know, it's like you smack your back pretty hard against a wall, but it's better than where you were going.
Right. Better than cracking your skull.
Exactly. Like Orem does it in a very good, calculated way. It's like, you know, it's like falling on the mat. It's, you know, you were going to fall, but this way you're not dead.
You're not dead.
Right. Kayfabe is maintained.
Exactly. Kayfabe is maintained. All right. And that takes us to Little Sparkle.
So as a Artful Dodger rogue, Little Sparkle is pretty used to things that are trying to get at her and having to just dart around them and keep that from happening. So she's going to kind of treat all the rocks and trees basically as threatening opponents and use acrobatics to just basically try to provoke them to attack her and try to pave the way for the rest of the party while they're distracted chasing her.
I like it. Roll it.
That'll be a 40.
40 will do it. Yeah, weirdly, it does look like the rocks and trees and ledges are very concerned with taking out Little Sparkle, and actually, weirdly, the terrain starts ignoring the rest of you.
Oh.
And it is up to Randus.
Oh, is it?
We haven't hit that sweet spot of relying on Brian to succeed or fail.
In a while. Okay, so could we say that with Sakar tripping over the rope and everything, that the rope gets frayed and snaps? I start sliding down the side of the chasm, and so I, trying to use my robot arm to, grab the side, use endurance as I'm scraping and falling down the side of the cliff.
Sure.
All right. And then can I therefore utilize my belt of endurance to cheat as if I rolled a natural 20?
Yes.
Then I will do that.
Okay.
Yes!
I believe, in fact, that's why we gave you that.
Cheating purposes! Yay!
Here's the thing.
Magic item power, man.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Say daily?
Yeah.
These skill challenges are pretty brutal. You guys have used a lot of rerolls and are still at the cusp of failure. So I'm perfectly okay with that.
That does make the total 39.
Good to know. All
and
right.
temporary hit points.
Oh, true.
Daily item power, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually come out of it tougher.
Yep. Yeah, so
momentarily.
Yeah, basically as this is happening, Randus is climbing down and his rope finally breaks. He grabs the side of the canyon and actually manages a really awesome down and totally sticks the landing. Before his belt gives out and probably falls forward a little bit.
That's just mean.
No, it's Randus.
Still mean.
All right. Next up is Sakar.
I had a thing that was a thing, and I can't remember where my thing and my thing went. Hang on, I'm checking for my thing, because I know I have a thing. I swear to you, I have a power that allows me to have something to do at times like this. But I've got 9 pages, so mark your place in the book.
No, that's not the one I wanted.
You just really don't want that athletics.
Here it is. It's athletic checks, though. I did an athletic check last time, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh.
So I can't do it.
Saddening times.
What is it, a power?
Yes. It's an encounter power, Mighty Sprint. +5 power bonus to athletics checks. Theoretically, that I make as part of a move. I could use that, right?
Uh-huh.
No?
Yep,
Maybe?
yep. I would allow you to use it here. Yep, but
I can't.
But you can't because you've already used athletics.
Because boo. All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do.
Okay.
This is clearly unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my nature.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to realize that, holy crap, this is unnatural. And using what I know about nature and the fact that this is not nature, I'm going to use my nature to predict where this nature is going to hose me. So when a rock tries to kill me, I will have figured it out because I've figured out its nature using my nature. You with me on this?
Yes.
I think that you need to say nature a few more times.
See, I'm going to be the nature boy. I'm going to
Not the
style and
athletics
profile
guy?
my way right down the side of this mountain.
Okay. Go ahead.
Space mountain.
Go ahead and roll it.
Can I do it? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Enough wrestling references, and Rodrigo will let you do anything. Write that down.
It is.
How
But
it
that's
works.
only because my partner is sneaking up behind you with a steel chair.
I see Rob. There's a Fasselman! Mother... This is Geneva! Fassel... This is better! Hang on, do I get a bonus? I was checking something. Hang on.
Hold on, no, get a book.
I hate the world. I rolled a 27.
Yep, that is below what you want here. Do you have any means of re-rolling?
Have your lucky thing
Not
anymore?
that I can think.
You have your lucky thing anymore that lets you reroll something?
I can let someone else reroll like a social type check.
Oh, okay.
If we tried to yell at the rocks to get them out of
Diplomatize
the
the
way.
rocks.
Who knows? That could maybe work in this situation.
Yeah, it's really too bad nobody tried it because I actually would have allowed it.
I actually, my next
You
one was going to
stupid
be
rocks.
insight to predict
I
where the
was
rocks were going
going
to
to
attack us
pitch that,
next.
but
When you started going down the route of insight, I was like, I'm going to allow this. And then he's like, to tell Orem to do. And I'm like, no.
No, that was my next one.
Right.
Missed opportunity, Rob.
Hang on.
I blame
Wait.
Matthew mostly.
yeah, me too.
Always.
Who else failed?
Yeah.
Well, we all failed.
Yeah.
Well, no, like who else rolled?
We all
failure.
rolled poorly.
I didn't.
I can charge as a free action when I use an action point.
You
I'm gonna
you already used an action point,
I'm
and
gonna
also that doesn't
charge.
work in any way here.
I'm going to charge
Up.
Rob.
Okay. You charge
Oh,
Rob. You don't have to pay for him until later.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the bill man will always collect.
That's bad. I have no way to re-roll this unless someone
Okay.
has a match.
Looks like we have a failure. on our
Negative.
hands.
No. He's dragging us all down with him.
So,
Literally?
Now you know how I felt for the last 5 years.
So,
Oh.
yes. Basically, what happens is, in trying to understand the alien nature of the nature in this place, Sakar's
This nature-like
nature
place.
is briefly compromised due to the nature of the nature.
Of the crank.
So we'll just basically briefly fade to black and then cut to you guys making your way down the canyon with like sticks coming out of your hair or feathers as it might be, cuts in your clothes, so on and so forth. Everybody lose 2 healing surges.
Ow.
Ouch.
Gravity is a harsh mistress.
But you guys have managed to move ahead a little bit.
How much do I?
No one's skull is split.
Nope, nobody's died.
11.
Yet.
Yep.
They all make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only casualty was my pride.
Well, that happens occasionally.
My healing surges.
Mm.
As you guys continue to walk, you hear a very distinct rumble, and at which point the ledge that you're on and surrounding rocks basically explode out of the wall, and you guys find yourself tumbling down to the very bottom of the canyon. And when you land, you are faced with a frightening sight.
Oh.
Ooh, that sounds like a good place to wrap this week.
Oh,
Dangerous times ahead.
that sight is frightening.
Yes, it is.
Booga, 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 booga.
Oh, wait. Who zoomed in on Rob?
Until next time, when you hear Rodrigo say,
On Critical Hit!
thanks for sharing those 5-star reviews over at iTunes, podcast at majorspoilers.com, and remember, it's not cheating if you don't get caught.
No,
Why
that's,
not?
That's a different.
Oh,
that's a different show. That's a different.
Yeah, I
show.
think it works here too. So
No, it doesn't.
there we
I'll
go.
kick you.
you love
I'll beat you up.
Yes, all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.